Hello everyone, here we go. It is Friday evening. Tonight is November 8th and it's just gone 7:30 p.m. How are we all? How is everyone tonight? I see we have quite a few people here already. Thank you everyone for jumping in. Thank you Rose for your kind words. I really appreciate that. But thank you to everyone who has turned up here tonight to keep me company. It's lovely to have lots of crafty friends. And we're going to play with some more stuff tonight, as always, on a Friday night. Friday night and Sunday nights are kind of my make it up as I go nights. I usually have something prepared a bit more on a Tuesday when we're doing Technique Tuesday because I want to make sure I have the technique right that I want to show you. And I may even practice it beforehand if it's something I haven't done for a while. But Friday and Sundays are a little bit more go with the flow. Let's see what happens. And I ask you guys for lots of advice. So that if I'm not sure what direction I want to take, you guys have always got an answer for me. So that's normally what happens. And they're the three main videos I do a week. And then I've just started the last couple of months doing a scrapbook video the first Wednesday of the month. For those of you who like to scrapbook, you may find that of interest. And of course, we have craft along towards the end of each month. We have various things, and I do a global video hop once a month as well. So there's lots and lots of videos there for people to watch. How is everyone? Any fun things that have happened this week for anybody? I'd love to hear. Some of you may have seen I went to the beach this morning, and that was nice. I had to drop my husband at work because my car's in being repaired after some damage that occurred quite a while back. But we're finally getting the damage repaired, and so my car's off the road for a few days. Whoops, off the road for a few days, and then I will. We're just sharing a car in the next few days. So I drove my husband to work this morning. He works near the beach. So I thought, well, while I'm over there, let's go for a walk. And it was lovely. It was so nice. What a beautiful weather. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I bought this while I was out on my walk this morning. I probably shouldn't have been shopping, but I just saw it as I was walking past the shop and went, oh, that's really nice. And they had it in this color, and they also had it's kind of like a linen-y kind of a fabric, but kind of a soft linen. And then there's also, they had it in a really nice green, like a beautiful, what color would it be like? Kind of like a shy shamrock, like this kind of a green, this kind, like that. And then they also had it in blueberry bushel kind of color. So they had that in those three colors, and it was a really tough choice, but I chose this one because I like this color on me. So there you go. Thank you for the comment. Oh, you love the photos and the shells. Well, you know what? Our team challenge this month is about those shells. So go check out the team challenge in our team group, because we're doing I'm giving people the option. It's an inspiration challenge. So using that photo, people could go with photos. They could go with the contents, whatever they liked. So go and check it out. It's in the Insomniacs group, team group right now. And that's just for anyone who's wondering. That is my group of demonstrators who are in my team. So that's what that group is for. Hello, Jennifer. Nice to see you here. Hey, Suzanne. Thank you. I'm really, really like it too. I was trying to think, what color is this? It's kind of like a calypso coral, kind of a cross between calypso coral. And do you remember the color we used to have that was called Tangerine Tango? That's kind of what it reminds me of, somewhere in between those two. In person, I think it looks a little bit more calypso coral than it does on the video. All right. Hello, Joan. Nice to see you. Sheila's here. Solvega is here. Katrina, hi. Anne is here. We have a great group of people here tonight, and I'm so sorry if I haven't got time to say everyone's names. I'm so sorry for that. All right, shall we get going? We really should. As you know, Friday night is normally sketch night, and I'm sort of tossing up which sets to use for sketch night tonight. Let's have a look at the sketch. So I've got my catalogue open here on the desk, and I'm going to switch over so we can have a look. Here we go. Let me just get this so it's nice and straight, because I don't like it when it's crooked. All right. So last week we did these ones, these couple, and tonight I'm looking at these. All right. I may only get to one of them. I'm going to maybe do the tag, and I'm thinking maybe I might turn the tag into a card, because I quite like this. I don't know if we'll get time for this one tonight. If I don't, I'll do it another night. But but this one definitely. So one of the fun things about working for a company that has its head office in America is when they have events, quite often they work in what they call mountain time, which is Utah time, so time that is at head office. And just because it's a good time for them doesn't mean it's a good time for us. So we have an event on this weekend that's like a leader business training kind of a thing. And it's something, it's optional. We don't have to do it. But I really, really look forward to this particular training. It's fantastic. It's so good. So good. And it's available to all demonstrators of a particular title and above, right? And they are having their first general session at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That is 5 a.m. Sydney time, which does not make me particularly happy, but guess what? I'm getting up anyway. So tomorrow morning is going to be an early start. And guess what? We have to back it up and do it again on Sunday morning. So both Saturday and Sunday morning, we have a 5 a.m. start. So not how I normally like to spend my weekends, but hey, that's what we got this weekend. So I thought I might go with this little tag. And I'm going to I was thinking, what colors will I do and what would I like? So I want something that is relatively, let me just pull out a stamp set. I was thinking about maybe making a Christmas tag and having something that is, you know, up this height of the tag. Now, the tags that we currently have, we've got a couple of options. The Countryside Corners dies make really good tags, and you can just chop off the bottom if you just want to have the corners there on the top. And then there's also this tag that is in the Greetings of the Season dies. Okay, and I've been using this one quite a lot, and it's a really good size. And I've cut this out already in basic beige. Okay. People saying hello to each other there. That's lovely. It does look a giant. I said that a couple of weeks ago because see these here, like they've used for random shapes all the way through. They've used those jelly bean shapes. You are correct, Marilyn. And I think I called it a jelly bean when we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. You might have missed that. But when we did this one, I remember talking about it being a jelly bean. But instead of using a jelly bean, for that one, I used the Happy Hibiscus. In fact, I think I still have that card. Give me a second and I'll grab it because I really liked that card. Oh, maybe I put it, I might have put it away. Never mind. If I put it away, I can't show it to you. But it was here earlier. Never mind. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So I didn't have a jelly bean shape, okay, but I had a flower. I had a hibiscus. And so this one here is actually my version of that. So instead of using a square, I used a circle. I do have a piece of paper here, which is like just a long rectangular piece. And instead of using a jelly bean shape, because why would you, I used a couple of hibiscuses, and that's what I came up with. So just because there's a jelly bean shape, please don't think you have to copy and have the same kind of shape. The idea, I think, is that it's a random shape and you can pick whatever you like, right? That's how I think it works. And the whole point of sketches is not to copy them exactly. And it could be a weird shape. It could be a heart, exactly. It could be a weird shape heart, or it could just be a heart. It does not matter. Hey, Maureen, nice to see you. So my suggestion to you is do not think of sketches as something you have to copy exactly. That's not the point of them. The point of sketches is to inspire you and get you started. So you start thinking, okay, I'd like to have this. Well, I'm obviously not going to throw a jelly bean shape. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the shape of an artist's palette. You could do that, I suppose, but I'm not doing that today. Instead, I've got this, and I thought maybe if this is going to be a Christmas tag, and let's make it a Christmas tag, I thought maybe one of our trees. So let me see which tree would look the best. We have 3, but I'm thinking maybe this medium-sized tree, that one there, that might be about right, or maybe it's too small. I think the others are going to be too big. Like this one is nice, but it's tall. You could do that one, I suppose. And then this one is taller again. So I'm probably leaning towards the small one because I think this one is too big. That's too big. Definitely too big. So, you know, you may have another tree that's a really good size or a really good shape, but I'm going to go with that one. So I'm going to pop this on a block, and I'm going to, this is just D block, and then I'm going to stamp this on some Very Vanilla. Now, I do actually really like Basic Beige with Very Vanilla. I mean, Basic Beige is a really super versatile color that goes with everything. So you can use white with it, but I like the idea of vanilla with this. So I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to do it in Mossy Meadow ink. Christmas elf, Santa's helper. Yeah, it could look, you know, use your imaginations, guys. It could be anything, okay? And Maureen was thinking a bird shape. So there you go. You really, it really doesn't matter. You're just gonna, you're the architect of your own cards. You don't have to do what anyone says you have to do, and you can just pick anything you like. And my thinking with sketches is the idea is, like I said, a sketch is to inspire you. So you might only like part of it. For example, let me think. Okay, this one down here with the three squares. Okay, I might decide I want it exactly like that, but I might not. I might actually want to turn it landscape, and we might have our rectangles going down, and then I might turn this 90 degrees, and I might change it up. So you can really play around with these, and I hope that that's the what you're getting from doing all these sketches, right? Let me grab the die that is for this. So this is the set called Peaceful Evergreens, and I've got all my different die packs out on the table at the moment, or quite a lot of them out on the table, because I've been using so many different ones in the last few days. So this is a really nice one. You've actually, look, see, I could also have used these dies. I didn't have to stamp necessarily. Ooh, I just had a nice idea. I like the idea of all these dots, which is like snow. We could do a dotty background across our, let's try that, shall we? Let's do that. I like that idea. All right, so you can see already I'm getting away from the sketch. I started with an idea and now I'm going somewhere else. That's what we do with sketches. And you know what? This is the first time I have used this die. I haven't used it up until now. So I'm going to run that through. And I'm going to pull that off, and you can see how that turns out. It's actually really nice. All right, so bit of fun. All right, and now I've also got in this Peaceful Evergreen set, put that back in. I've also got these different dies, and I'm going to pull this one off, and this is actually going to cut this pine tree. So it's a perfect match. Obviously, it's meant to be. It's the stamp set is meant to match the dies, right? And that's really nice. So that's going to cut that out. So I'll run that through. And then I'm thinking, let's look at our sketch again. If I'm after other ideas. There's also a banner going across here, and then they've got like some little tails here of, and I could actually make a bow from the bow. Some of you have seen me use this bow. This makes a gorgeous paper bow, these dies as well. But instead of doing that, I think I'm actually going to use some black and white trim, because I love black and white ribbon. Who else loves black and white ribbon? Black and white, it's one of my favorites. And it makes me happy every time I use it. All right, I am quickly cutting out this tree. So just give me a moment while I do that. So we have this lovely little tree right now, which is rather nice, isn't it? All right, let's have a little look again. I feel like maybe a star on top of that would be nice. Page 16, by the way. If you're wondering where to find the sketches, it's page 16 in this catalogue, in the mini catalogue. And we've already finished going through all the sketches in the big catalogue. Guess what, guys? I've heard just last week that the new mini catalogue that's coming out in January when celebration starts, that's got another page of sketches. So we've got plenty to keep us going for quite some time. Isn't that great? Yay! All right, so you can see there's like a bit of a bow here. There's a sentiment here. Let's have a look and see. And I'm thinking, because I might like to have, see, I've already got, this is left over from another project, and I was thinking this little black and white gingham bow would actually look really nice if I popped that right up there. That would look really pretty. I like the randomness of black and white gingham with other colors and other designs. I just think it always looks good. Actually, I think I've got that turned around the wrong way. So I would need a glue dot behind it, but yeah, that's how that would look once we do. Okay, now this piece here, if I remember rightly, it is just over, it's about 6.5, slightly under 6.5 inch centimeters, or 2.5 inches wide. Okay, so I'm actually going to use, I've got this gorgeous, I don't know if you can see it's like a textured metallic. Can you see the texture of that? And we've got gold, and we also have copper, and we have like a tungsten, which is like a dark slate gray silver color. So I'm actually going to cut a piece of this. I might just cut off about 1/4 of an inch, which is about 7 millimeters. So I don't want it to be too skinny, but you know, and then that's 6.5 centimeter or 2.5 inch wide piece here. All right, so I'm going to pop that right across here, and I'm going to, now for a thin strip like this, I have told people this before, but you maybe haven't seen me do this. I'm using a silicone mat, and if I've got a thin strip, the easiest way to glue down and get this sticky is to put my seal along it. Okay, and then because the adhesive doesn't stick to the silicone mat at all, it just completely covers. It's the best way to add adhesive to your strip, a thin strip like this. So pull your silicone mats out, and it's a great way to add adhesive. Right, so that's how that's looking. All right, so I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Just got a few left on this sheet. One up here, one down here. I know, I love to add gold or silver when I can as well, Suzanne. I used to have a bit of a reputation for it. I had a couple of demonstrators who used to pull me up all the time and say, hey, can you not make a card with metallics? But like, why wouldn't you? Really? All right, so that's how that's looking. I'm thinking it would have been nice with a circle under it too, but anyway, that's what I've got this time. And I'm going to also do a banner. So I'm going to add my glue dot to my little, and I'm cheating a bit because this is left over from another project, so it's already tied and just sitting here and thinking, oh, that'd look nice. Let me grab that on there. And I had Merlot here this afternoon lying all over my desk, and I've just noticed there's little bits of cat hairs everywhere. Goodness me. Not fabulous if anyone's allergic to cats. My husband is allergic to cats, believe it or not. He has to take antihistamines every time. He loves cats and he loves living with our boys, but yeah, he's allergic, so he has to make sure he looks after himself. All right. Okay, I'm going to pull out one of our stylish shapes dies. Sheila will be happy with me. You missed the vellum, Queen. Ah. Oh. Yeah, I know, right? There's a vellum piece behind here. You know what we do have? Oh, you know what? You've just said something really good. I'm going to take this off. Whoopsie daisy. And I'm probably going to rip a little bit, but it's not going to matter because we're going to cover it back up again. So let's just, it did rip a tiny bit, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I do actually have, and this will just look really nice. I'm going to use my 2-inch punch. And I'm going to grab a piece of our Golden Greenery vellum. So this is from the Golden Greenery online exclusive stuff. Can you see it? It's vellum, but it's vellum in a, it's got like an, it looks to me like it's frosted. Do you get the idea? It looks like, you know, the frosty windscreen first thing in the morning in the winter. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm just going to use a 2-inch punch, and I'm going to cut that, a circle. And I'm going to have a circle just behind here. So I just think that would be nicer. Don't you think that's adding to this, right? We can chop this off down this side if we want to, or we can just leave it like this. And we could also, if we wanted to, and I think I do, add a little bit of color behind here. So I'm just going to grab, I'm thinking, will I do Mossy Meadow again? I think I will. But I think we need another color. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of this on a blending brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of colour behind here. So we still get the frosted look, but now it's coloured. What do we think? Do we like that? Right. So I'm going to pop this. It's still sticky behind there. That's going to go right on there. And then I'm going to pop this here on this side. And I'm actually thinking maybe I'll move that over a tiny bit. All right, like that. So I'm actually just going to, I'm not going to put dimensionals behind this. I could, but I'm not going to. And then this one, let's add one more dimensional to make it doubly sticky, because they've lost a little bit of their stick because I've been putting it on and off, on and off. And let's pop that like that. All right, what do you think? Looking cute? Cute little tag, right? Tags don't have to be complicated. You can make them quite simple. Now I'm thinking I will use a little tag. Now I think any of the tags are going to be too big except this little guy. And I want to have it a little bit higher so I can see this bit of gold popping out here. So I'm thinking in our Peaceful Season set, which is the matching set to this, we have a merry and a happy. We also have a few cute little ones that will fit on a little piece. Also in the iconic, you know what, I'm tempted to use this instead. The iconic imagery set, we have a joy. Maybe I'll use joy. That would be nice, right? Let's do that. Or there's peace as well. Goodness knows we need some of that. But joy is good. All right, so I'm going to pop that there. And what color will I do this? Well, I feel like I've used enough green on here. Maybe early espresso, because that's, or we could even go black because we have black in the ribbon. Maybe we do black. And if I'm going to go black, I would go Memento. And I'm going to ink that up. Memento is a different ink in that it's still water-based, the same as the others, but the pad itself is a felt pad, not a foam pad. So you can push quite hard on that pad, where I wouldn't do that with, with a foam pad. Now, where's my vanilla? It's all right. I have plenty of vanilla sitting here, so if I can't find that piece, it just means I've got stuff everywhere. Goodness me. Let me move a couple of things because I'm getting myself all disorganized. I need to get things out of the way so that I don't get messed up. I think vanilla would be better than beige. The basic beige is going to blend in too much, so I will use the vanilla. And I'm going to go joy. Excuse me. And then I'm going to cut that out. And actually, I'm wondering, should I could even shorten it down. Does everyone know how to shorten this down? I'll show you. I'm going to cut this out first. All right, let me move this out of the way. So if any of these are too big, you can make them smaller. And that's always a good thing to do. So you match up the size of your dies. So I would do one of two things. Either I would leave it the size it is, move the joy to one side, and then put an embellishment or two on one side. That looks really nice. So let's start with that idea. And then the other thing you can do is you can actually cut it down. So I'll show you how you do both. So just say, for example, I decide that that's too big. I'm going to cut this. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen this before, but if you haven't seen this before, let me know. I'd love to hear. Okay, so this one, this time I've cut it again. I've just cut a basic one. like so. Okay, now just say we don't want this to be as long as this. What we can do is put it back down. Actually, I'm going to turn this over so you can see the cutting line on the back of the die. And instead of putting it all the way along, you can put it halfway so it's still lined up, but we're going to make it shorter. And we're going to cut off this edge, this end. All right, so let me move that. I'm going to make it, we can make it as short as we like, but I'm just going to move a little bit shorter again. All right, that looks fine. And you can feel kind of when it's in the groove, when it's in the right place. You know. Right, let me grab my plate again. And you don't have to have it facing up, but I'm just doing that so you can see what I'm doing. And now when we pull this out, can you see what we've done? We've chopped off that end and we've made it a shorter banner. So now the banner is this long and we've chopped off this little bit. Does that make sense to everybody what I did? So I just moved it and made it a shorter. So that's always a good thing to remember, how to shorten down a die. Is that helpful to anyone? Has anyone not seen that before? Oh, what are the fireworks for, Sheila? Why have you got fireworks? All right, so now we have a little short one and we have a longer one and we get to choose which one we want. So I can put Joy on this little short one, or I can put Joy here and I can add a couple of embellishments to this side. All right, so, or one even to that side. If I was going to add one here, then I'd probably add another one at the top and the side as well. Probably go with 3. What ones will we use? So the gold foil gems, the iridescent foil gems, those are, I'm using them on everything at the moment, and those would look lovely. Okay, that's just a given. So simple and nice. But I'm looking to see what would be some other nice ones. The Drucy dots would look good with this. Those would look nice. So we could do, you know, a Drucy dot here on the Joy like that. And then we could have another one up higher. And then maybe a big one over on this side. And that was how those would look. What do you guys think? Do we like it with the Joy and the dot? Or do you think, can you try this small? Sure. I'll show you what that looks like. Just pretend those Drucy dots aren't on there. Here's the Joy, and I will stamp that. So give me 1 second while I do that. Just got to grab my memento back out from under the mound of things that I've left it under. And then I'm just going to pop it right here in the middle. The good thing about photopolymer stamps is you can see where you're stamping, and that makes it very easy. All right, and then that little Joy would be like that. I still would probably use a small Drucy dot and maybe just above here or even over here. So what do we think? Do we like the smaller banner or do we like the longer banner? Remembering that the longer banner is the size that it is in the pack and the other one's the one I cut down. You like the small, says Margaret. Cool. Okay. Oh, thanks, Suzanne. Appreciate that. Hey, Nairi, the longer one, the smaller one. So Anne says longer. Elaine says smaller. Nairi says smaller. Margaret says smaller. Sheila says smaller. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Anne. Looks like you might be outnumbered today. That's okay. Most people are saying small. So we're going to go with the small one. And I'll put that to one side and use it later on something else. And so I usually go with either the first person, or if there's a big majority, I go with that. I'm going to add a couple of mini glue dots behind here. 1 and 2. And take the backs off. A little bit there. And I'm just going to pop that there so you can still see that gold banner. And I feel like we need a small dressy dot, probably just over here. And there's our little tag. What do you think? Do we like the tag? So tags don't have to be complicated, and they're a lot of fun to make. So, you know, you start with a little basic tag. I think this one in the greetings of the season is a really good size. And if I wanted to, I could throw some linen thread or something like that and, you know, tie it to, wouldn't it be nice, like tied around, if you were giving a bottle of wine to someone for Christmas, you could tie it around the bottle. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? Or, you know, just tied a brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. That kind of stuff. But I'm not going to sing because that's not why you're here. You're not here to hear me sing, right? All right. You like the tag? Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like it. Yay. But I think that was pretty quick and easy to make. And I think it would be a really nice little thing to add to a gift. Would you say, oh, what's Sheila saying? Sheila, what are you saying about it being enjoy? Anyway, that's our tags that we've just used, that we've just made. I'm going to clean up my Joy stamp and my Peaceful Evergreen and get those back away so I don't lose them. And so the Joy goes in the iconic imagery set. Now, this is an online exclusive. If you're trying to find it in the catalog, you won't find it. It's an online exclusive. So you'll only find it online. But the Peaceful Season and the Peaceful Evergreen, these two are in the current mini catalog that we have, this September to December catalog. All right. And the greetings of the season dies that have that tag that makes this tag shape, that is also an online exclusive as well. So everything you see me using is available for purchase. All right. I like to be able to have everything I show as something that you could play around with and also purchase if it's something that you wanted. All right. I think it'd be pretty sad if I was using products that it was difficult for you to get, but they're easy to get because you just need to speak to your demonstrator about that. Okay. I'm going to pull out something different now that I haven't shown you yet, but I've talked about it a couple of times and I'm very excited. Guess what? New kit, guys. New kit. We have a beautiful kit. It comes with 8 colored pencils, watercolor pencils in Stampin' Up colors. Now, I did notice some of you probably already have Stampin' Up watercolor pencils because they match our colors perfectly. But there's a couple of surprises in this. So some of these, like, Coastal Cabana Garden Green Early Espresso, those are already available in the existing watercolor packs that we have. The Daffodil, the Pumpkin Pie, the Flirty Flamingo, those three we also have currently. But these two in the middle are a little bit of a surprise. So we have one that is just called Red. Now that's interesting because it's not real red. It's a little bit more of an orange. It's more of a Poppy Parade to me, but obviously they didn't think it was close enough to Poppy Parade to call it Poppy Parade, but it's just called Red. The other one is Berry Burst. Now this is a color we've not had in any of our previous packs. So that's kind of cool that we have colors in here that have never been released before. So just those two, but still, it's kind of fun. And then when you open this up, okay, you can see we have underneath here, and you can see mine is brand new. I've not even opened it yet. We have the instructions, and instructions are very good. When you're buying a kit, if you're not sure how to get started, the instructions will set you right. And I find the instructions are very good because they're like usually photos of what you need to, drawings of what you need to do. And then there's this cool little thing, which is a watercolor book. If you open this up, you will see it's watercolor paper, okay, with lots of different pictures. How many are there? I'm wondering about that. Let's look at the instructions and see if it tells us. I wasn't sure how many pieces are in here, but this is such a great gift. Oh my goodness, you guys, isn't this fantastic? I was talking to someone today who said that they were hoping to actually purchase it to take away with them. So, you know, I had lunch with a friend and she said she was thinking this would be a really great thing. She's going on a cruise. It would be a fantastic thing to take on a cruise and sit at a table somewhere and watercolor. I mean, what a fantastic. Yeah, you knew I'd have it? I know. Why would I not? Goodness me, Dolores, you're at a gym? Wow, that's very impressive. So impressive. Oh, Nori's saying she's settled after 2.5 weeks. More settled than you thought you would be. That's fantastic. Yeah, no more cardboard boxes for you. That's so good. That's so good. All right, can you see here? It shows you what colors to use if you want to get the same result that they did. And once again here, talks about blending the yellows into the greens to get this lovely effect on the leaves. Then we've got some poinsettias, and it shows us how to blend those. And then we've got all the different ones, and it shows you all the different ones here. Now, the one that is on the cover, okay, once again, I did ask how many pieces are there? 24 projects. So that's going to keep us busy for a while, isn't it? Don't you think? 24 projects. Oh, yes, Stampin' Up cardboard boxes are okay. As Katrina said, that's very, very good. All right, so when you open this up, you'll see this is the one that's actually on the cover. And that's kind of nice because if you want to, you can copy this one. So it gives you a bit of an idea. I mean, they've used very watered down. There's a bit of Flirty Flamingo in there. And then there's the Berry Burst, sort of more in the, that's what I think it is anyway, more in the, like the shadow areas. And then we've got Garden Green for the leaves and the yellow, the Daffodil Delight for the centers. I love this one. I think that's my favorite. And so you can see there's a couple of each one. This is really pretty. Isn't that nice? And that's all. Do they suggest any colors for this one? I don't know. I'm looking to see. They definitely suggest colors for some of them, but not for all of them. So, you know, I could play with that and we could just muck around and see how we go. Also in the pack, I didn't mention this, is an aqua painter. Okay, now I've already got aqua painters here that have got water in them, but these are easy to fill. So if you're wondering, and this is why this is such a good kit, because aqua painters are so portable. Okay, if you in Australia, for anyone who's wondering about this, this is $44, and I'm going to be pretty surprised. A lot of our kits have been selling out, the really popular ones. I'll be really surprised if this one doesn't sell out. Now, I know I probably shouldn't say things like that, but it would not surprise me. Okay, they do look a bit like a magnolia. I think they're more like a peony. That's what I think they're like. Or no, you mean these ones inside? These ones look like magnolias. Yeah, they do. I think you're right. That's what those are. Sorry, I misunderstood which ones you meant. And then we've got these little guys, got some little buds around here, and like you could stamp something in the middle. So you can then turn these into cards if you want to, because once you've colored them, just cut them to the right size. Poppies, the poppies are nice. And I can see that red color being fantastic for those. I'm tempted, maybe we'll do the poppies tonight. I'm deciding which ones we should do. And then this one is like a frame. I see these being in purples, these kind of puffy, flowery things. And then we've just got some leaves. Aren't these lovely? Look at them all. Ah, okay. Sorry, this one's now my new favorite. It's a Waratah, guys. You know I love Waratahs. And for anyone who doesn't know, what size are the sheets? They are in centimeters, 11.5 by just about 15.5. Not quite 15.5. Or I wonder if it says that on here. Probably says that on here as well. Let me see. I'm looking to see if it does. Nope, it doesn't. I'm sure it does somewhere. It probably does in the description on the website. But yeah, if you're doing it in inches, if you'd rather know inches, it's about 6 inches by 4.5. So yeah, a little bit wider than standard photo size. So it's a very good value kit. So for $44, you get this whole book of beautiful things. And there's sunflowers too. Did you see the sunflowers? But I was just talking about the Waratah. Oh my goodness, you guys know I am a Waratah person. Waratahs are my thing. In fact, I've got a lovely picture, and I should put it up in our in the VIP group. I've got this beautiful poinsettias are nice. Beautiful picture of my grandmother in her backyard with a bunch of waratahs. So should we do the waratahs tonight, or shall we do the, what was the other one I said I liked? The poppies. The poppies look nice. Yes, you could put them in a photo frame. That would be really lovely, actually. Really, really nice. I'm wondering if I want to open these. Yeah, I do. I do want to open them. Poppy, waratahs. Oh, we've got a couple of votes for both. Yes, fantastic for framing. Like, you could colour them and put them in a frame and give them away as gifts. That'd be nice. It's a great way to, you know, waratahs and poppy, waratahs and poppy. I don't know which one to do. Poppy, poppy. Nairi was first with waratahs, but we have 2 poppies straight after that, and then we have either from Sheila. That's not helpful, Sheila. Thanks anyway. Not helping. All right, because I said I was going to do it first, I'm tempted to do the poppies, and Nairi, I'll do the waratahs another time. Maybe I'll do them on a Monday morning live with the girls in the team or something like that. All right, we have people saying both. Okay, I'm here, so I'm going to do the poppies, and I probably won't get time to do the whole thing tonight, but I do want to just show you how this works. Let me get out one of these. Okay, so this is a water painter, the water painter that already has water in it, and when I squeeze it, you can see the water comes out. Okay, so I prime it. I usually, when I'm watercoloring, and I did talk about this the other day when I did Technique Tuesday last week with no line watercoloring. My suggestion is that you keep a paper towel close by, a pack of paper towels. I don't even know if I have any in reach tonight, which is very naughty. I should have had that organized, but didn't think of it. Oh no, here it is. Found it. Found it. Stop looking. All right, so I'm going to start by adding some poppy. Oh, sorry, some red. It's not Poppy Parade, it's just red. Okay, but Poppy Parade would also be really good. And I'm going to start with a petal here, like so. The nice thing about watercolor pencils is that you do not need a lot of skill or clever technical ability to do watercoloring that looks amazing, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pushing this color with your water that's in your pen. Okay, so I start putting this over, and straight away, I hope you can see this, we're going to start spreading the color, and as we spread it, it gets a little bit fainter. But it's a really, can you see how we've just moved that color and blended it up towards the top of the petal there? So where you want to have like more shadow, that's where I start, because that's going to be the darkest part. And I have done this as a Technique Tuesday. I'm sure we've done watercolor pencils. I'm almost 100% sure we've done them, but it's nice to play with them again, right? All right, so I'm just doing 1 or 2 petals at a time, and I'm just going to move that color outwards with my pen. And the nice thing is, if you just use the tip of your water pen, it carries the color really, really nicely. And you can see it's fainter on the, like softer on the ends where I haven't spread it as much. And it's very, very easy to do. So this is a great beginner watercolor technique. All right, can you see how that's looking? Right, and it looks like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. All right, so I mean, sure, I've done this before, but you know, I still feel sometimes with watercoloring like I'm a complete beginner. I'm adding more color a bit more thickly to the bottom here, and I'm going to do a couple of petals this time, because I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. As I get going, I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident with moving my color around. And there we go. Like this. Okay, so you can sort of see how that looks, and the secret is to not do it all even. Okay, to let some light bits, some dark bits, just let them do what they're doing. All right, now I'll probably Let me see if I've got another one here. I think I do. Let me just see. Oh, this one's got white in it, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. That one's good. I'm just going to do the middle here with the early espresso. Once again, just going to do the edges, and then I'm going to spread it around with my water painter. And if you want to add more, more dark color, you can, but I like the dark and the light. So you can see this would take a while to do, but this is one of the reasons why it's such a great kit. You don't want something that's necessarily going to be done in 5 minutes. You want to enjoy it. You want to, and there's something very therapeutic about coloring, all right? It's just such a therapeutic kind of a technique. I know there's something really lovely, and that's why, you'll find coloring books in the therapy session of your bookstore, because it's meant to be. If you go a little bit outside the line, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's watercolor. It's not meant to be perfect. So who has never tried coloring with watercolor pencils and spreading the color out? Can you see how rough I'm being? Really, really rough, because I know it's all going to even out and smooth out when I use my watercolor pencils. Now, another option, if you are worried about watercolor and you don't really, most people do like watercolor, they like it, but sometimes there are some people that don't love the effect of watercolor pencils. So another option is, the water painters, another option is to grab a blender pen and move the color around with a blender pen. That works as well, but it's not as it doesn't blend as much. Well, it does. It's different. It gives you a smoother result, less watery looking. But we did do blender pens, I think, on a Technique Tuesday too, didn't we? Oh my goodness, we've done a lot of stuff. I've been doing Technique Tuesday now for over a year. It was November last year I started doing Technique Tuesday. So can you believe it? We've done a whole year of techniques, and we're not even close to getting through all of our techniques. Not even close. So I know this makes me go very quiet when I'm doing it. But you guys probably, who else goes quiet? Do you guys go quiet too? Oh, Margaret's heading off. It's been a big day. Yeah, it's been a big week. Oh my goodness. It's, yeah. And it's not over because, like I said, I've got this 5 a.m. start tomorrow. And then we're going silly. Tomorrow night I'm going out for dinner with friends, which is lovely. I mean, I'm never going to say no to that because it's such a nice thing to do. But, yeah. Then up on Sunday morning at 5 o'clock again. I must be insane. But it'll all be worth it. And I can nap later, right? So can you see here what we're doing and how this is turning out? It's just, and I'm not being precious. I'm not being all that careful. It's just a lot of fun to play with the colors, move them around, and so on. All right. You haven't used watercolor pencils, Marilyn? Give them a try. Yes, I think I saw at the end. I saw afterwards because Ellen posted that video on our team group, and I saw that she did this one. I haven't watched the whole video, but I did see a little bit of it, and she did a great job. So yeah. I'm going to finish this flower, and then I'm going to probably hang up my watercolor pencil for the day. We'll see. I find that some of these, when you add the leaves, the greens in the leaves, when it comes alive, it looks amazing when you add the leaves. So we do have some leaves in here. Not a lot, but we have a few. Is that the one? Yep. I need to keep checking I don't pick up the brown one. I should have that moved away. We'll come in and do the browns in a second. And we have a little bit more color to add down the bottom here. So I'm kind of adding the thickest color where the the lines indicate that there is shading, and that's where I'm adding them. So it creates a more of a shadowed look, because I like that. Yes, there was a very big enthusiastic response when they announced this kit recently on one of our demonstrator sneak peeks. And yes, very, very excited people all wanting to be part of it and saying, oh my gosh, it's fabulous. And it is fabulous. So I'm just moving some of this green around to, and the nice thing is you get different shades just from the one color. By adding water, you get different shades of the green, right? I mean, look how nice that is. Sorry, if it soaks through, what, soaks through the paper? No, it does not. Now, interestingly, could I do one of the buds? One of these ones? Is that the ones, or do you mean the little ones, or do you just mean these? And will I do it in reds again, or should I do it in a different color? What do you think? Let's start with red, and then I'm going to add some berry burst to the shadowy area, and let's see how that looks. So I'm going to add, let me see. Okay, this is the red one. No, it doesn't soak through because this is watercolor paper. If you were using like Whisper White or basic white cardstock, yeah, it probably would. Now, for me to add another color, you want to make sure it's completely dry. So I usually blot it with a paper towel to make sure it's completely dry before I add another color. Otherwise, it's kind of, yeah, it doesn't. And, you know, even so, this is probably not going to add a lot more color over the top of what I've already got there. So I'm just going to try with this. Do I have enough? I might just use the red again, because when I add water to it, it goes more purple. Can you see that it's a little bit more purpley? What do you think? And then I'll come back in with my brown again, this one, and we'll add a little bit here. And a little bit here. That darker area. And I'm just going to use my brown to colour in. And same with this one. And I'm thinking I might add some, just for fun, a little bit of the yellow along the top of the bud. Is that the bud that you wanted me to do? So Vega? Now, if you wanted to change your colours and you don't have enough of these, to change from one colour to another, just grab a scrap of paper and squeeze a bit of water through and keep just sort of until it comes clear. And you can see it doesn't take very long for it to come clear. And I'm just going to come in here with a bit of yellow, and I'm bringing the yellow down over the red so it actually looks a little bit orange in that spot. I know, Lorraine, I know. Same. It's just beautiful. I know. Oh, yeah, Monday is Remembrance Day. I forgot about that, Marilyn. Ironically. Yeah, so it's actually, this kit is just beautiful. Can I recommend it to you? I think if you're looking for a fun therapeutic activity for yourself, that is fantastic. Or if you wanted to give it as a gift to someone in your life who likes to colour, or someone that you think, you know, would like to colour, then, you know, that's definitely something that you could purchase for them. And I think this time of year, this is an amazing Christmas gift. Really like the idea of this for Christmas. So it's $44 for anyone who's wondering, and it'll be available until sold out. Okay. Some kits, when they're really popular, they bring them back again. So, for example, the Expressions of Kindness kit that came out a few months ago and has been out of stock almost ever since, it still says in our store, currently unavailable, which indicates that it's coming back because it's been so popular that I think they'll bring it back again and see if they can offer it to a second round of people who missed out the first time. So, yeah. Now, I messed up that a little bit. Just going to add a bit more colour in here. But you can't really mess it up too much. You just keep adding water and keep on moving the colour around until you're happy with it. Right, there we go. So you're kind of getting the feel that this would... On Monday, yes, it is a special day to be born, but every day is a special day to be born, right? Oh, thank you so much, Trish. I'm really glad you liked it. All right, so I'm not making a second card tonight because I just really wanted to show you this kit and how beautiful it is. I mean, all of these beautiful, beautiful things that you can do. I think I need to do the Waratah next because I love Waratahs. Practically my favorite flower, pretty much my favorite flower. And I just love how a little bit of a pencil, a little bit of water in an aqua painter, and a great picture, and you have a beautiful work of art. And just take your time, just enjoy it. Yeah, I know. Remembrance Day. It's amazing. 11 a.m. 11:11, right? Oh, thank you, guys. All right. So how did we do today? We made a tag. We didn't make a card. Well, that's most unusual. We did some watercoloring, and we made a tag, and we followed a sketch. What do you think? Are we happy with this? I think this is just beautiful. If you're looking to get a really great kit, then please do think about this one. It is stunning. And there was a second kit they brought out on the same day. The other kit is like a series of landscapes that you put together. They're die cuts that you put together in frames. But for me, that's great for someone who maybe doesn't want the whole arty experience, but I do. I want to color. I want to actually create something beautiful, and this is a way of doing that. So for me, that is something I like to do. I'm sorry about that, Nari. That's sad. 16 years is a long time to be without her. I'm sorry about that. Yes, we had my grandparents lived at Kilcare Heights, which is not very far from here, and they lived their property backed right onto bush, and they had a whole bunch of beautiful Waratahs in their back garden. And there's photos of my grandmother walking in the Waratahs, and I'll post that picture on my, if I can find it, I'll post the picture on my private VIP group so you can see it. If anyone is wondering, oh, very, very quickly, if anyone is purchasing the Happy Hibiscus bundle this month, that bundle is the subject of my Zoom class. Okay, so Zoom class is going to be Thursday the 21st of this month, of 21st of November. Now, I did have, just for anyone who is wondering, I did have the wrong date briefly up on my blog. That has now been fixed, and now the correct date is there. So it's November 21st at 2 p.m. and it'll be a Zoom class, and anyone who'd like to be involved, if you purchase the Happy Hibiscus bundle from me, then you'll get to do that class for free. But if you wish to purchase the Zoom class, it's $15 and you can join us. So there's two ways to do it, really. And of course, if you're a team member, you get to join us as well. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm going to switch back to me. Here I am. I hope that you all have a beautiful weekend. I hope you don't all have to be up early at the crack of dawn like I do. But it's going to be a big weekend. I might be a bit tired on Sunday night, but I'll be seeing you again then. So see you all same time as this, Sunday evening. And on Sunday night, we'll be playing with some other fun things. So have a great weekend, everyone. See you very soon. Bye-bye.